morning, students. Today I invite all of you to new session. Today we are going to learn the term classification. What is meant by classification? To arrange something. So today we are going to learn more about classification. What is the need of classification? Since it is nearly impossible to study all the living organisms, total how many living organisms are there? 1.7 to 1.8 million. 1.7 to 1.8 million species of organism are there. Species of 1.7 to 1.8 million species of organisms are there. Up to known. Some are not knowing also. Up to known, this many are there. So it is not easy to, or it is impossible to study all the living organism. It is necessary to devise some means to make this possible. How we can study all the organism? If we are studying the organism individually, it is impossible because 1.7 to 1.8 million species of organism are known up to now, and some are not knowing that also. So we are classifying the organism. As a general, we can learn the characteristic of organism in that. That is the need of classification. What is the need of classification? Understood? So it is nearly impossible to study all the living organisms. It is necessary to devise some means to make this possible. This process of called classification. Since it is nearly impossible to study all the living organisms, it is necessary to devise some means to make this possible. This process is called classification. Classification is the process by which anything is grouped into convenient categories based on some easily observable characters. And now we will be learn the definition. If the definition of classification asking, then you have to write this one only. Which are classification is the process by which anything is grouped into convenient categories. Classification is the process by which anything is grouped into convenient categories based on some easily observable characters. Classification is the process by which anything is grouped into convenient categories. Convenient categories based on some easily observable characters. For example, we easily recognize groups such as plants or animals or dog, cat, insects. In plants, all plants will become. In insects, all insects will be included. In dogs, all dogs are there. And cat means all the cats are included there. So it is easy to study. Particularly, we are taking a particular cat and studying, then it is very difficult. How many varieties or how many species are there for that? So it is impossible only. So we are arranging all the same characteristic animals in one group. A group study is possible. So classification is the process by which anything is grouped into convenient categories based on some easily observable characters. For example, we easily recognize groups such as plants or animals or dogs, cats or insects only. The moment we use any of these terms, we associate certain characters with the organism in that group. The moment we use any of these terms, we associate certain characters with the organism in the group. What image do you see when you think of a dog? While we are seeing a dog, which is the main property coming, which main character of the dog is coming into our mind? No, no doubt that. Then we understand that we are seeing a dog only, it is not a cat. Anytime you misunderstood a dog with a cat? No, because we are knowing the characters of dog and we are knowing the characters of cat. So by seeing the dog, we understood that it is a dog only. Never we misunderstood like this is a cat. Understood? So the moment we use any of the terms, we associate certain characters with the organism in that group. What image do you see when you think of a dog? Obviously, each one of us will see dogs and not cats. Now, if we were to think Alsatians, Alsatian is a type of dog only. Have you heard about Alsatian dog? So now if we were to think of Alsatian, we know what we are talking about. What are the characters of Alsatian dog that we are knowing now? Understood? So similarly, suppose we were to say mammals. Of course, think of animal with external ears. We are also included in mammals only. All human beings are coming under mammals. So what are the characters? External ears will be there. This external ears, body hair. On the body hairs are there. No, that is main characteristic of the mammals. These two external hairs are there, and ears are also there. Body hairs and external ears are the characteristic of, I will show you, external ears and body hair. Likewise in plants, if we try to talk of wheat, the picture in each of our minds will be of wheat plant only. Rice is not coming. While we are hearing the word wheat, then wheat will come in our mind, not rice. Why wheat is coming in our mind? Otherwise, why rice is not coming to our mind at that time? Because we know very well the characteristic of wheat as well as the rice. So we understood that it is wheat only. Hence all these dogs, cat, mammals, wheat, rice, plants, animal, etc. are convenient categories only. These all are convenient categories. We used to study organism. The scientific term for these categories is taxa only. The scientific term for convenient category is called a taxa. We divide all the organism into a convenient category for classification. This convenient category is called a taxa. Dog is a taxa, cat is a taxa, because it is a convenient category to study. So the scientific term for this category is taxa only. Here you must recognize that taxa can indicate categories at very different levels. Plants also form a taxa. Wheat is also a taxa. Similarly, animals, mammals, dogs are all taxa only. But you know that dog is a mammal and mammals are animals. Therefore, animals, mammals and dogs represent taxa at different levels. Dog is a mammal. Mammal means giving birth to the young ones. The organism which giving birth to the young ones are included in mammals. External ears will be there, body hairs will be there, mammary glands will be well developed. So dog is a mammal and mammals are animals. Therefore, animals and mammals and dogs represent taxa at different levels. Hence, based on characteristic, all living organisms can be classified into different taxa. This process of classification is called taxonomy. The process of classification is called taxonomy. External and internal structure, along with the structure of cell, developmental process, and ecological information of organism are essential and form the modern taxonomic studies only. So four bases are there for the taxonomic studies. I will show you external and internal structure, along with the structure of the cell, developmental process, and ecological information of organism are essential and form the basis of modern taxonomic studies. So can characterization, identification, classification, nomenclature are the process that are basic to taxonomy. So two terms now we learned, classification and taxonomy. What is classification? For the easiest study or convenient study, organisms are classified into different categories. Each category is called a taxa. This type of arrangement is called a classification. This type of arrangement is called a classification. And next word, taxonomy. Taxonomy means arrangement of organism is called a taxonomy. Taxonomy, taxa. In that one word coming, the basic to taxonomy, the process of classification is called a taxonomy. The process of classification is called a taxonomy. Category is given to living groups at a different levels of classification called a taxon. Category is given to living groups at different levels of classification called a taxon. Four bases are there for the taxonomy. They are characterization, identification, classification, and nomenclature. Four bases, four levels are level for the classification. Which are the levels? Characterization, identification, classification, nomenclature. So these are the basic to taxonomy. So which are the 4 bases of taxonomy asking? Then you have to write this one only: characterization, identification, classification, nomenclature. So the process of classification is called taxonomy. Category is given to living groups at a different level of classification called taxon. Characterization, identification, classification, nomenclature are the basis of taxonomy. Understood? You have to make it as a pause and see the basic to taxonomy, and the slides you have to see by making it in pause, and then you can see more about that. Now next term we are going to learn is the term taxonomy already learned and basic to taxonomy learned. Next term we are going to learn is systematics. Systematic means study of relationship among organisms. How one organism is related with the other organism is coming under systematics. The study of relationship among organisms is called systematic. The study of relationship among organisms is called systematics. If taxon is a part of classified arrangement with all aspects called taxonomic category. If taxon is a part of classified arrangement, taxon is a part of classified arrangement with all aspects called taxonomic category. Such a taxa aggregate and form a taxonomic hierarchy. Such a taxa aggregate means together. All the taxa aggregate means joining and form a taxonomic hierarchy. Each taxon is taken as a reference unit only. So what is meant by systematic? The study of relationship among the organism is called systematic. The study of relationship among organism is called systematics. If taxon is a part of classified arrangement with all aspects called a taxonomic category. Taxon is a part of classified arrangement with all aspects called a taxonomic category. Such a taxa aggregate and form a taxonomic hierarchy. Taxa aggregate means joining and form a taxonomic hierarchy. Each taxon is taken as a reference unit. For any study, we are taking taxon only. So taxon is a reference unit only. Reference units. So systematic is the other type. Now we are going to learn levels of classification. So these are the levels of classification. In the lower level, species will be there. Species. Lowest level of classification is species. Then genus, species, genus, family, order, class, phylum, kingdom, and domain. Like that, animals are classified. Which is the lowest level of classification? Species. Each of them we will be learn now. Don't want to worry. This now we are learning levels of classification. This each one is showing the level only. Different colors are given. Each one is showing the levels of classification only. Species, genus, family, order, class, phylum, kingdom, domain. These are the levels of classification. Levels of classification: species, genus, family, order, class, phylum, kingdom, and domain. Domain. So taxonomy we had learned. Then basic to taxonomy learned. Then levels of classification learned and systematic learned. Understood? Now we will go to the textbook and see that. So human beings were since long not only interested in knowing more and more about the organisms and their diversities, but also the relationship among them is also very important only. This branch of study was referred to as systematics. The word systematic is derived from the Latin word system, systema, which means systematic arrangement. Systematic arrangement. Actually, the word systematic comes from a Latin word only, systema, which means systematic arrangement of organism. Linnaeus used Systema Nature as the title of his publication. Linnaeus, Carolus Linnaeus, father of taxonomy, He has written a book called Systema Naturae. Systema Naturae. And Systema Naturae as the title of his publication. The scope of systematic was later enlarged to include identification, nomenclature, and classification. The species systematic was later enlarged to include identification. This one, see that identification, nomenclature, and classification. Identification, nomenclature, and classification. Systematic takes into account evolutionary relationship between the organism. What is meant by evolution? One organism is released from or evolved from another organism. How we are, science is saying like that, human being evolved from monkeys only. One more complex, more developed, more wise organisms are evolving from the previous organism are called evolution. What it is calling as evolution. So identification, nomenclature, and classification, these are the scope of systematics. Systematics takes into account evolutionary relationship between organisms. So we are going to the next topic. Already we had learned from the slide, then also from the textbook one time see that. Classification is not a single step process, but involves hierarchy of steps in which each step represents a rank of category. Classification is not a single step process, but involves hierarchy of steps in which each step represents a rank or category. Since the category is part of overall taxonomic arrangement, it is called the taxonomic category only. It is called the taxonomic category. Since the category is a part of overall taxonomic arrangement, it is called the taxonomic category, and all categories together constitute taxonomic hierarchy. Taxonomic hierarchy and taxonomic category. Since the category is part of overall taxonomic arrangement, it is called a taxonomic category, and all categories together constitutes the taxonomic hierarchy. Each category referred to as a unit of classification only. Each category refers to as unit of classification. In fact, represents a rank and is commonly termed as taxon only. Taxon is the singular and taxa is the plural. Now, taxonomic categories and hierarchy can be illustrated by an example. Insects represent a group of organisms. Insects, all of you knowing insects. So, insects represent a group of organisms sharing common features like 3 pairs of jointed legs only. Insects represents a group of organisms sharing common features like 3 pairs of jointed legs. It means insects are recognizable concrete objects. Insects are recognizable concrete objects which can be classified and thus were given a rank or category. Can you name other such a group of organisms? Remember, groups represents category only. Remember that. Groups represent a category. Category further denotes rank only. Category further denotes the rank of the organism. Each rank or taxon, in fact, represents a unit of classification. These taxonomic groups, categories are distinct biological entities and not merely morphological aggregates. These categories are biological entities, not merely morphological aggregates. Now, taxonomical studies of all known organisms have led to the development of common categories such as, common categories already I had shown in the slide, kingdom, phylum or division, class, order, family, genus and species. Very important only. Kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus and species. Kingdom, phylum or division, class, order, family, genus and species. All organisms including those in the plant and animal kingdom have species as the lowest category. All organisms including those, which is the lowest category, already I told that species is the lowest category. Now the question you may ask is how to place an organism in various categories. How to categorize organism. The basic requirement is for the categorization is the knowledge of characters of an individual or group of organisms. The basic requirement to categorize an organism, to arrange an organism, is the knowledge of characters, is the knowledge of characters of an individual or group of organisms. This helps in identifying similarities and dissimilarities among the individuals of the same kind of organism as well as other kind of organisms. So the basic requirement is the knowledge of characters of an organism individual. This helps in identifying similarities. If you are knowing the, if we are having the knowledge about the characters, we are knowing the characters, we are having some knowledge characters about his characters, then we know that similarity and dissimilarities. Now say that how we divided the class into 11th A and 11th B. All bio students, biology students are admitted to 11th A. Like that, all math students are admitted to 11th B. So what is the similarity of 11th A students? They all opted the biology. And what is the similarity in 11th B students? They all opted the maths only. So first character we should be know. That in the form itself you mentioned that biology and maths, why that we categorized you. So first we know, we are having enough knowledge about the characters, then we can find out the similarity and the dissimilarity. According to similarity, we will put all similar character possessing organism are put into one category. Understood? So this helps in the identifying similarities and dissimilarities among the individuals of the same kind of organism as well as of other kind of organism. Now already we learned that species is the lowest level of classification. It is the basic unit of classification. So we will learn more about the species. Species. Taxonomic studies consider a group of individual organisms with fundamental similarities as a species only. In species, lowest organism only. Suppose human being is a species. Oh, human being, species only. So all human beings are more or less similar only, except the color of the skin, length of the hair. Like that is something only different. Fundamental characters are similar only, isn't it? So in a species, the organism present in a species, their fundamental characters will be similar only. Like this organism only included in species. One should be able to distinguish one species from the other closely related species based on the distinct morphological differences. Never we will be misunderstand a cat with a dog. A cat is going in, then anybody will be say that it is a dog. No, because we know that what are the fundamental characters of a dog, well as fundamental characters of the cat also. Let us consider Mangifera indica. What is Mangifera indica? Already we had learned mango. The common name of Mangifera indica is mango. Solanum tuberosum, that is potato. Panthera leo is the lion. 3 examples we are considering here. Which are the 3 examples? Mangifera indica, that is mango. Solanum tuberosum, that is potato. And Panthera leo, that is the lion. All the 3 names, indica, tuberosum and leo. Indica, tuberosum and leo. These are specific epithet only. Already in binomial nomenclature we had learned that in a binomial nomenclature 2 are there. First name is generic name and second is specific epithet or species name only. So in this Mangifera indica, Mangifera is the generic name, indica is the species name. And Solanum tuberosum, Solana is the generic name and tuberosum is the species name. Like that, Panthera leo, Panthera is the generic name and leo is the species name. All the 3 names, indica, tuberosum and leo, represent the specific epithets, while the first words Mangifera, Solanum and Panthera are genera, represent another higher level of taxon called genera only. Above species, which category will come? Genera will be there. Each genus may have one or more than one specific epithet. In a genera or a genus, more than one species can be present. But having this organism having some morphological similarities. The organism coming in genera having some morphological, but having some morphological similarities. Above the species genera will be there. In one genera, more than one species will be present. but the organism coming in genera having some morphological similarities. For example, Panthera has another specific epithet called tigris, and Solanum includes species like Nigrum, Melanchona, Nigrum and Melanchona, Solanum indica, Solanum nigrum, Solanum melanchona. 3 species are there under the genera Solanum. Understood? So suppose Solanum is the genera, in that 3 species are coming. Already we had learned that Solanum tuberosum we had learned. Now Solanum nigrum is there and Solanum melanchona. It means that under the genera Solanum, 3 species are there. Which are the 3 species? Tuberosum, nigrum and melanchona. Human being belong to the species sapiens. Human being belong to the species sapiens, which is grouped into genus Homo only. Homo sapiens in that Homo is the generic name and sapiens is the species name. The scientific name thus for human being is written as Homo sapiens only. But it is written as Homo sapiens. So already we had learned that species is the lowest term. Above the species, what is there? Genus is there. So we will be see genus also today. Genus comprises a group of related species. Genus comprises a group of related species which has more characters in common in comparison to species of other genera. Genus comprises a group of related species which has more characters in common in comparison to species of other genera. We can say that genera are aggregate of closely related species only. Genera is a unit of closely related some species unite together to form the genera. Closely related species join together to form the genera. For example, potato, see example, potato, tomato, brinjal. Potato, tomato, brinjal are 3 different species, but all belong to the genus Solanum only. Potato, tomato and brinjal. Potato, tomato and brinjal are 3 different species, but all belong to the genus Solanum. Lion, leopard and tiger. Lion, leopard and tiger with several common features are all species of the genus Panthera only. So Panthera is the generic name. In that 3 species are there. Which are the 3 species? Leo, Pardos and Tigris. These are the 3 species coming under Panthera. Like that, Solanum is the generic name. In that 3 species are there. Potato, tomato and brinjal. So this genus differs from another genus, that is Felis, which includes cats only. So lion, that is Panthera leo, leopard, that is Panthera pardus, and tiger, that is Panthera tigris, with several common features, are all species of genus Panthera. This genus differs from other genus Felios, which include the cats only. Next level of generation, we are going from bottom to top only. All the bottom, most bottom, which one is there? Species. Above the species, genera. Above the genera, family will be there. The next category, family, has a group of related genera with still less number of similarities. When we are going the levels of classification, when it is going from top to bottom, similarities will decrease. Similarities will decrease and dissimilarities will increase. Understood? So which one is having most similar characteristic organism? Species only. When we are going from bottom to the top, similarities increases, similarities decreases, similarities decreases, top to bottom. From species to kingdom we are going, top to bottom, similarities decreases and dissimilarities increases. So families are characterized on the basis of both the vegetative and reproductive features of plant species. Among plants, for example, 3 different genera, Solanum, Petunia and Datura, are placed in the family Solanaceae. 3 different genera, Solanum, Petunia, Datura, are placed in the family Solanaceae. Among animals, for example, genus Panthera, comprising lion, tiger and leopard, is put along with the genus Felis in the family Felidae. Felidae family containing Panthera and Felis also. Panthera and Felis. In Panthera, 3 species are there. They are lion, tiger, and leopard. In Felis, cats belong. That is, but cats and Panthera family. Panthera family and cats, both of them are coming under same family called Felidae. Panthera genera and Felis genera. Both of them are coming under the family Felidae. Similarly, if you observe the features of a cat and a dog, you will find some similarities and some differences as well. They are separated into 2 different families, Felidae and Canidae. When we are seeing cat and a dog, see cat and a dog. When we are studying the features of cat and a dog, we can find some similarities and some differences as well. They are separated into 2 different families, Felidae and Canidae respectively. So next one is order only. Order. You have seen earlier that the categories like species, genus and families are based on a number of similar characters. Generally, order and other higher taxonomic orders are identified based on the aggregates of characters only. These all levels are made by aggregate of characters only, based on the similarities of the characters only. Order being a higher category is the assemblage of family. Family combined, species combined together to form genera. Genera combined together to form family. Family combined together to form order. Few similar characters. Similar characters are less in number as compared to different genera included in a family. Plant families like Convoluaceae, Solanaceae are included in the order Polymonial. What is the name of the order here? Polymonials. So which are the families included? Convolvulaceae, Solanaceae. These are the name of families only. These 2 families are included in the order Polymonials, mainly based on the floral characters only. Already we had learned that from it is going from top to bottom, similarities decreases. So genera in the bottom, then family, then order. So compared to order and family, family in the bottom only. So more similarities are there in the family and less similarities there in the order. So similar characters are less in number as compared to different genera included in a family. Plant families like Convoluaceae, Solanaceae are included in the order Polymonials, mainly based on the floral characters. The animal order Carnivora includes families like Felidae and Canidae. Next one is class only. This category includes related orders. For example, order Primata comprising monkey, gorilla and gibbon is placed in the class Mammalia. Class name is Mammalia. In that, which are the order placed? Order Primata comprising monkey, gorilla and gibbon. Order Primata comprising monkey, gorilla and gibbon is placed in class Mammalia along with the order Carnivora. That includes animals like a tiger, cat, dog also included. So order Carnivora and order Primata, 2 orders are included. Order Primata, and the next order is order Carnivora. Order Primata and order Carnivora are included in the class Mammalia. Mammalia only. So understood. This is the level of classification. Lowermost one is species. Species combined together to form genus. Genus to form family. Family to form order. Order to form class. Class to form phylum. Phylum to form kingdom only. Lowermost one is the species. When we are going from bottom to top like this, bottom to top like this, what will be happen? Similarities will decrease, similarities decreasing, and the dissimilarities increases. So most similar organisms are present in species only, but most dissimilar organisms are present in the animal kingdom. We also know that, suppose animal kingdom, how many varieties of animal are coming in animal kingdom? So how many variations are there? So dissimilarities are most there. But we are saying species means we are saying about human beings. So only human being will be there. So see that how many similarities are there. So these are levels of classification. species, genus, family, order, class, phylum or division, kingdom. Phylum or division and a kingdom only. See, in that now we had learned about up to class only we had learned now. Class cities we had already learned. So the remaining portion we will learn in the other classes. This diagram also you have to draw into the notebook. This is taxonomy category showing hierarchical arrangement in descending order only. I will show you the one more time the slide. Levels of classification shown like this. Species, genus, family, order, class, phylum, kingdom and domain. So taxonomy we had learned the systematic and these three terms only today we had learned. So I think that all of you understood. So if you have any problem, you have to contact me in my private phone number also.